it was pouring outside, and this was past curfew, so we were inside already, and it was pouring, and you could hear the trees falling down, and it was really, really windy, and the lights went off because it was just storming outside. And so that was crazy. Other than just the bunnies that are everywhere, I don't think we saw more than that. So there's an area in my last area, it's called Skyway. Sister missionaries are not allowed up there after 6 because it is dangerous, and there's always shotguns going on, and you can just hear crazy stuff. But we were driving up there one time, and you can just see people getting arrested at the side of the road, and so that's kind of really sketchy, and you're just like, okay, well, but you learn not to be up there after a certain hour because it does get dangerous, and you see people on the floor getting shot, or I didn't see anybody get shot, thankfully. There's a lot of bike riders too, and so sometimes I think one time we were riding our car back home, and the lady in front of us didn't see the car, or the biker, and she hit him, and so he like flew over our car, and he was like, yeah, it was so scary, and the windshield was shattered, and his bike was over there, and he was over there. So just be really aware when you're driving for those bikers. I learned to trust in the Lord, and in putting Him first always, everything else just falls into place. So there's always dry moments in the mission where you're just not teaching anybody, and you're knocking on doors and no one's answering. And so just not losing that faith that God has prepared those people for you, and always having hope and looking for other opportunities to serve rather than just contact all day. Because I know that I had transfers where we didn't baptize and we didn't teach anybody because it was just dry that moment, but always just knowing and trusting that it's going to come someone's going to come along and you're going to be able to teach them. My first convert was amazing to watch her change. So we came in at a point where she had been drinking and had been a drug addict and had a little bit of a social autism and depression. She was just at a very low point in her life where she didn't even want to be alive anymore. I think I learned from not giving up on people just because they're at a bad situation. As we taught her, she was able to understand the atonement and then learn that God loved her. And so never underestimate the power of telling someone that they are a child of God and that He loves them so much, because this changed this young woman's life, and she was able to get baptized. And now I still keep in touch with her, and so watching her change and watching her interact with the members and just being so strong in the church was amazing. From someone who didn't know God existed to someone who can firmly tell you that she's a child of God and that she feels God's love through everything in her life every day is so powerful.